Have you ever wondered about the gods who were too dangerous, too unpredictable, or too obscure to make it into the mainstream myths? While Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades take the spotlight, there are others lurking in the shadows, gods whose stories are even darker and more mysterious. Today, we're diving into the secrets of the most dangerous gods in Greek mythology that you've probably never heard of. Stay with me because some of these deities might just leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about Greek mythology. 1. Eris, the goddess of discord. Let's start with Eris. You might know her as the goddess who instigated the Trojan War, but her role goes far beyond that infamous golden apple. Eris thrives on chaos. She's not just about petty fights or minor disagreements, she embodies full-blown discord, the kind that tears families, cities, and even entire civilizations apart. Her most famous moment? The wedding of Peleus and Thetis. Not being invited, Eris showed up anyway, tossing a golden apple inscribed with the words "to the fairest." The resulting squabble among Hera, Athena, and Aphrodite set the stage for the Trojan War. But Eris doesn't just operate on a grand scale. Her presence can be felt in everyday life, sowing mistrust and division. Some myths even suggest that she walks alongside Ares on the battlefield, delighting in the chaos and destruction. Imagine a force so potent that even the gods tread carefully around her. Eris is that force, a reminder of how easily balance can tip into chaos. Eris's influence wasn't limited to mythic battles. Ancient Greeks believed she could manifest in subtle ways, in whispers of dissent that grew into revolutions or in feuds that escalated into generational wars. Her presence reminds us that sometimes, the smallest seeds of discord can yield the most devastating harvests. 2. Moro, the personification of doom. Next up is Moro, a deity you've probably never heard of, but whose presence you've definitely felt. Moro is the personification of doom and inevitable fate. Unlike the fates, who weave the threads of destiny, Moro represents the inescapable end, that sinking feeling when you know something terrible is coming. In the ancient texts, Moro is described as a shadowy, intangible force. He's not someone you can fight or bargain with. He's the whisper in your ear reminding you that your fate is sealed. The ancient Greeks believed that even the gods couldn't escape Moro influence. What makes Moro truly terrifying is his universality. He's not bound to any particular story or character. Instead, he's an omnipresent force, lurking in the background of every myth and tale. His shadow falls over heroes and commoners alike, a chilling reminder that no one, not even the mighty Olympians, can escape their end. He's the inevitability of death and destruction, the silent observer of all tragedies. 3. Melinoe, the goddess of nightmares. Have you ever woken up in a cold sweat, unsure if what you experienced was a dream or something far more sinister? That's the work of Melinoe, the goddess of nightmares. She's a chthonic deity, meaning she belongs to the underworld, and her power lies in blurring the line between the living and the dead. Melinoe is said to appear as a spectral figure, half black and half white, symbolizing the duality of life and death. She's often accompanied by eerie sounds and ghostly apparitions, leaving mortals terrified and unable to distinguish reality from illusion. Some myths suggest that encountering Melinoe could drive a person to madness, but there's more to her than mere fright. Melinoe also serves as a bridge between realms, a guide for those who dare to explore the mysteries of the underworld. In some traditions, she's seen as a protector of those who honor their ancestors, while punishing those who neglect or disrespect the dead. Her dual nature, both terrifying and protective, makes her one of the most complex figures in Greek mythology. 4. Ananke, the goddess of necessity and inevitability. Ananke is a force to be reckoned with. She's not a god in the traditional sense but a primordial deity representing necessity and inevitability. Often depicted as a serpent wrapped around the cosmos, Ananke is the driving force behind the universe's unyielding laws. Even the Olympian gods are subject to her will. In some myths, she's said to work alongside Kronos, the personification of time, ensuring that all events unfold exactly as they must. There's no escaping Ananke, not even for the gods. Her influence extends to every aspect of existence, from the grand motions of the stars to the smallest decisions of mortals. To the Greeks, Ananke symbolized the inescapable structure of the universe, a cosmic order that could neither be challenged nor changed. She reminds us of the paradox of life. The more we struggle against inevitability, the more tightly we're bound by it. 5. Lisa, the goddess of madness and rage. Have you ever been so consumed by anger that you felt like a completely different person? That's Lisa at work. As the goddess of madness and unbridled rage, Lisa's influence turns even the most rational beings into uncontrollable forces of destruction. In one myth, Hera sends Lisa to drive Heracles insane, leading him to commit unthinkable acts. Her power is terrifying because it strips away free will, leaving her victims at the mercy of their darkest impulses. Lisa isn't just a goddess, she's a warning about the dangers of losing control. Her influence isn't limited to individuals. In times of war, Lisa's presence could turn entire armies into frenzied mobs, driven by bloodlust and rage. She's the embodiment of chaos within order, a reminder of how thin the line is between civilization and savagery. 6. Apathy, the goddess of deception. Apathy is the goddess of deceit and trickery, and her power lies in manipulation. She's not about physical strength or flashy displays. Instead, she works in the shadows, weaving lies that can topple empires. In some myths, Apathy even manages to deceive Zeus himself. Her influence is so insidious that it's nearly impossible to detect until it's too late. She reminds us that not all battles are fought with swords, some are fought with words and illusions. Her methods make her one of the most dangerous figures in mythology. Apathy's lies can unravel trust, poison alliances, and spark conflicts. In a world where gods and mortals alike rely on oaths and promises, her power to manipulate truth is a weapon of unparalleled destruction. 7. Phobos and Deimos, the gods of fear and terror. We can't talk about dangerous gods without mentioning Phobos and Deimos, the twin sons of Ares and Aphrodite. These brothers embody fear and terror, and they're often depicted riding into battle alongside their father. Phobos instills panic, while Deimos brings dread. Together, they're an unstoppable force, turning the bravest warriors into quivering wrecks. Their presence on the battlefield was said to be so overwhelming that armies would often surrender without a fight. The influence of Phobos and Deimos wasn't limited to the battlefield. Their presence loomed in every aspect of ancient life where fear took hold, from ominous dreams to the dread of divine punishment. They are living reminders of how fear can be both a motivator and a destroyer. 8. Nemesis, the goddess of retribution. Finally, we have Nemesis, the goddess of retribution and divine justice. Unlike the other gods we've discussed, Nemesis isn't inherently malevolent, but cross her, and you'll wish you hadn't. Nemesis ensures that no one escapes their due punishment. She's often associated with the concept of hubris, excessive pride or arrogance. Those who think they can cheat fate or defy the gods often find themselves on the receiving end of Nemesis' wrath. Her role goes beyond simple punishment. Nemesis balances the scales, ensuring that neither excess nor deficiency disturbs the natural order. To ancient Greeks, she was a symbol of justice, a force that kept both mortals and gods in check. So, there you have it, 8 of the most dangerous gods in Greek mythology that you've probably never heard of. They may not be as famous as Zeus or Athena, but their power and influence are undeniable. Which of these gods do you find the most fascinating? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to uncover more hidden secrets of ancient myths and legends, make sure to subscribe to Ancient Chronicles. Together, we'll explore the stories that have shaped cultures and civilizations throughout history. See you in the next video.